News. I'm your host and producer Thelma, sitting in for Tuli who can't be here tonight because he isn't here. However, he will be here courtesy of video made in 1992 at one of New York's coolest venues, which also isn't here anymore, the Knitting Factory. We're going to be seeing Tuli with his 1990s band, the Fuxxons, which included Jasmine Fuxxon, Steve Taylor Fuxxon, sometimes Heather Hardy, and Stefan Ayelby of the False Prophets, and maybe some others. So, Tuli and the Fuxxons, take it away.
Luke was a physician and a saint, but Luke is dead. Here I am now, but soon I ain't alone in bed. Thoughts of deep futility and promised inutility, I wonder soft and vaguely what's ahead. An old man is a rag upon a stick. An old gal needs a friend, not just a prick. God created ecstasy, but now there's no one next to me. Could life turn out to be a dirty trick? I wish I had an answer to it all. Well, at least we had a spring before our fall. Humans end up drowning in cliches. Come and kiss me once and we'll away. Come and kiss me now and we're away. Where, just where I fear I cannot say. The mystery sufficient to the day. One more embrace before we come away. Luke was a physician and a saint, but Luke is dead. Here I am now, but soon I ain't alone in bed. Thoughts of deep futility and programmed inutility, I wonder soft and vaguely what's ahead.
We have a lot of, this is one world right now, right? And I think the world is being run now by something called the World Bank, right? And they're not like the S&Ls. They don't just give out a loan to anybody. The whole nation has to be starving before you'll get any money out of them. And they're doing their best to make sure that happens in Eastern Europe and wherever they are, in Latin America. And a lot of American economists have gone there, from Harvard and other disreputable places like that. George Bernard Shaw was once offered a doctorate from Harvard, and he said he was very flattered, but since he had spent most of his life advocating that places like Harvard be burnt down, he didn't really think it would right for him to accept it. And I read recently in the Times that one of the most prosperous institutions in Poland is a chemical factory complex, which is like the 6th largest in the world. And it was functioning, and it really was functioning well. For instance, they had daycare, they had very fine apartments, they had a month vacation maybe, they had schools and, pre-education to college level, you get that in, used to get that in the Commonwealth of Independent States. Hey, you don't like it here? Why don't you go back to the Commonwealth of States? So I think a lot of people in those countries are having second or third and a half thoughts, and this song is based on that. Now, in spite of what it says here, Marxism, I'm not exactly a Marxist, I'm an anarcho-Bolshevik, but the spirit behind Marxism is wonderful, and they just made a few mistakes. So whenever mistakes and feel sorry, right? Remember that song? My mother used to sing it. We all make mistakes and feel sorry. So when you hear the word Marxism, it's a little more than that. Okay, and the last verse here refers to Coburn, the Coburns. Claude the father and Alex the son, Alex Coburn. He spells it Cockburn, I don't know why. No, it's Cockburn, it's Scotch originally. I'm sure they're not ashamed of their cocks. Not Alex, anyway. And they were, Claude was the leading radical journalist of England for many years. And I think Alex writes for The Nation and got fired from The Voice or quit. And in these times in the Wall Street Journal, I think is America's, one of the best American journalists. And Cork, the family is from Cork, you know where that is. It's in Eastern Ireland, and it's always been known as a radical city. And Woburn is in Bedfordshire, I think, which is county north of London. And the Duke of Bedfordshire owns about, or used to own about 70% of the entire county. And his seat, he had a big seat. It was at Woburn Palace. So that's all just to explain 4 words in the last paragraph. But I hope you learned something here tonight. So you can join in on the last verse, which repeats the first verse.
Give me that old-time Marxism. Give me that old-time Marxism. Give me that old-time Marxism. It's good enough for me. It was good enough for Engels. It was good enough for Engels. It was good enough for Friedrich. And it's good enough for me. It was good enough for Lenin. Of late was John Vladimir Senin. It was good for Nikolai Lenin. And it's good enough for me. It was good enough for Trotsky. It was good for Leo Trotsky. They thought it was hotsy-totsy, and that's good enough for me. And it's good enough for Coburn, Claude, and Alex. Walked into Woburn. If it's still good enough for Alex, it's good enough for me. Now everybody, give me that old-time Marxism. Give me that old-time Marxism. Give me that old-time Marxism. It's good enough for we.
Our last song before the sing-along is a happy, sad song. You know how happy it is to be sad, and how sad it is to be happy. No. It was written, it's been called the first modern poem. It was written in 1849 by Matthew Arnold, who was a rather dour chap, as Ed likes to say. And he was a school administrator in England. He used to spend his time traveling around on the dangerous railroad trains which had just been invented. He actually wrote this on his wedding and on his honeymoon. I don't know. And they probably had premarital sex, you know, so it was nothing, you know, it was just probably getting married for her mother, her parents' sake. Nah. But anyway, it's a beautiful poem, and we've set some of it to music. Actually, this song represents a marriage of the poem with a Sephardic synagogue chant that's at least 1,000 years old. As you may know, Dover Beach. The sea is calm tonight. The tide is full. The moon lies fair. You hear the grating roar of pebbles, which the waves draw back and fling at their return up the high strand, begin and cease, and then again begin, with tremulous cadence slow, and bring the eternal note of sadness in.
Let us be true. Let us be true to one another. A world which seems to lie before us like a land of dreams, so various, so beautiful, so new, hath really neither joy nor love, nor certitude, nor peace, nor health or pain. And we are here as on a darkening plain, where ignorant armies clash by night. And we are here as on a darkling plain, where ignorant armies clash by night. Let us be true to one another. Let us be true to one another. Let us be true. Let us be true. Let us be true to one another.
Could we have the house lights on, please? This is the time for the sing-along. While my secret agent is passing out the song sheets, I realized I didn't tell you the end of the Polish story. This was like the only factory in Poland doing remarkably well. It was making a profit too, quite a nice profit, but the World Bank and other people, I guess, decided that it could make a lot more profit if it abolished some of the, maybe the nursery schools and cut the vacation a little short. And maybe it didn't pay for so much education. But it could make more profit that way. That's how they do it here. We're entering the silly season now, every 4 years, you know, where you get to pick another king. You know, the American Revolution, if we dare call it that, was really, some say, and I believe them, it was between two classes. It was between the English ruling class and the American ruling class. If you were a lawyer, a merchant, or a political official in America, you could only rise to a certain level because all the main positions of power and influence and money were controlled by what were called the king's men, right? The country was milked, it was a colony. So this war which wasn't very popular, you know, there were 3-month enlistments, 1-month enlistments. People would walk off the soldiers would walk off the battlefield just before a battle. Pretty good time to walk away, I think.
Smart move.
So in other words, another secret history of America that no one ever teaches you in public school. And the wonderful, you know, the best part of the Constitution, you know the notes to the Constitution, when they met in Philadelphia, someone was taking notes. Those notes were burned afterwards. I wonder what they had to hide. The best part of the Constitution was were the amendments. The first 10 amendments are the best part of the Constitution. I wonder how they snuck in. And when the Constitution was adopted, the people, 10% of the people could vote in America. No blacks could vote. No women could vote. No Indians could vote. No aliens could vote. No indentured servants could vote. And you had to own property to vote, even if you were white. What a democracy. And the electoral now was there to keep the power as far away as possible from the people. Well, the Supreme Court, what do we need that? They're not elected, they're appointed, another device to keep the power away from the people. Senate means old, by the way. Until 1912, you needed property in America to vote for the senators, for your senators. And so it goes. The melody from this is taken from Of Thee I Sing. What melody there is, it's mostly a chant. You can try and chant it along. The chorus repeats itself. You can all join in on that. And then there's half a chorus too, which is just. It's called Nobody for President. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Nobody for President. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Nobody will speak the truth. Nobody goes to the root. Nobody can make you feel. Nobody will make you real. Nobody for president. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Nobody. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Nobody will house the houseless. Nobody will rouse the rouseless. Nobody turns sword to plowshare. See to it that all get our share. Nobody will not tax you. Get the bosses not to ax you. Nobody will tote your load. Nobody deserves your vote. Nobody for president. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Vote. No for president. Da-da-da-da-da-da. For the land stays fair. Nobody so wise of heart. Nobody doth never fought. Nobody was blessed with grace to keep us peasants in our place. Nobody plans no disruption on the highway to corruption. Nobody should have the power to destroy us all in about half an hour. Nobody for president. Every in this nation, butcher, lawyer, cop, or baker, fools no matter what their station, get to pick their own dictator. And we all are free to choose him from whatever wing we're free, right or left of the same party. Sleaze party or property, Republicrats. Nobody for president. Da-da-da-da-da-da. No one holds the rod of God over you, you chug your beer and sip your toddy, stumble out. Vote for nobody. Vote early and vote often. Nobody will tell you straight. When you vote, you abdicate. Find the ways to take your power at home, school, factory, our power, and concert hall. Tweedledum and Tweedledee, nobody will set you free. Tweedledee and Tweedledum, and you're on at your liberty. Nobody for president. Nobody for president. Everybody's going to be his own president or her president or their president, right? Someday. All right.
Thank you.
So if you do have nothing better to do, I guess I must have committed the sin of voting sometime. If you got nothing better to do that day, and if you hold your nose, you could, pick the least worst of the candidates, or write in Mickey Mouse, or vote for a socialist. But the very day they get into office, you better start opposing those bastards, because they're going to start screwing you from day one. Okay, should we do more? Oh, well, we just happen to have 6 encores here. No, let's see. Are all the prophets ready to go? No, all right. Well, all right. We'll do a few more to wind this down. Yeah, I'll do. Let's see. You'll do a song, and you'll do a song, and I'll do this sort of a poem. It's this is a literary poem, and it's sort of a poem. It's called 1 Dozen Little Known Anti-Literary Facts. 1. T.S. Eliot was Jewish. 2. Amy Lowell liked to smoke cigars made from cigarette butts she found in the streets of Boston near the combat zone. 3. Dylan Thomas died of drinking 17 strawberry malteds without stopping. And his nickname in heaven is Zimmy. Walt Whitman was a secretly practicing heterosexual. 5. Homer's Iliad was really written by Iliad. 6. Shakespeare's plays were written by someone else who had the same name. Henry Miller actually hated sex. Sholem Aleichem's real name was Solomon Alec. The secret of Ernest Hemingway's extreme virility was boiled organic steel-cut oat bran from the Upper Peninsula. 10. Jackson Pollock's paintings are really writings. Look at him next time. 11. Napoleon could cut a book in half with a single saber stroke. And 12, and not least, the first 5 books of the Bible are a forgery. So I guess I'll have to do the other part. No, we're leaving now, and the prophets will be here soon. The false prophet.
Beware the charted tempestuous flow, marking every face I meet, marks of weakness, marks of woe. In every cry of every man, in every infant's cry of fear, in every voice, in every band, the behind forged manacles I hear how the chimney sweepers cry. Every blackening church applauds, and the hapless soldier's sigh runs in blood down palace walls. But most through midnight streets I hear how the youthful harlots curse, like the newborn infant's tear, blights with plagues the marriage hearse. I mean, so you're giving some money to a basketball player to tell all those guys, go out, get the rubbers off, blah, blah. I mean, there really is no magic cure, man. I mean, don't you know anybody who's died? Don't you know anybody? Or there's just those people, you don't know them, right? You can't hear them in the ivory walls of the White House. You can't, because they're screaming and they want to come to the dance. It's the mask of the 7 deaths. It's the mask of the Red Death. It's back. It's back, father. Even farther than Tuli's time. We're going all the way back. Yeah. Back in the time of raging flame, a scarred and brittle land. Recessions march to cling